Well, here we are, folks. Almost the middle of January. Out to set some predator traps today. We're going to set a few bobcat, coyote, maybe some fox sets. About a mile from my house. I trapped here last year. I caught 3 cats and 3 coyotes, and of course numerous coons and such on the property. But it's close to home. I'm going to set it up and hopefully do a little bit more next week. I caught a coyote right there last year. But warm, windy, not the best trapping conditions, but you can't catch them if you don't have traps out. Hickbilly Outdoors with DW Verts. Going into the timber, catch some cats, some coyotes, other despicable things. So here we go, our first bobcat set made. It's I guess you'd call it a cubby. It's a semi-cubby. It's not closed on top. It's actually fairly wide open with a good view of the bone and feathers in the back. The trap is set with the pan exposed, offset slightly, guard sticks on everything, on the dog, on the loose jaw. Trying to pinch the animal in to come in the way I want, the direction I want. Pretty simple stuff. The whole idea is to get the cat focused on the back, looking back there, blocked on the side so he can't see anything till he gets around here. I've got some canine call, coyote gland. I've got some perfect bobcat gland. Just for starters, I just reached in and grabbed what I pulled out. And I've got fox pea. Got feathers hanging overhead with a little swivel. Not always a big deal, but what I'm trying to do is, I'm on this ditch on the field side, and I want a cat that comes down that ridge, hunts that other side of this little hollow where this ditch goes through. I want him to be able to see those feathers from over there and possibly get him on this side. That's the whole idea behind the attractors for a cat. Get him to come to you, and then the attractors up close and personal to get him to commit. I took about an hour. I lost my camera. This filming for YouTube trapping is going to be an experience. So I'm going down and put some coyote sets in next. I caught a 25, 26 pound tom right over here, just, I don't know what, 25 yards from here last year. I've caught coyotes in this field last year. It's hot, son of a buck. I'm gonna do it. It's what I do. Think all about all this money I'm gonna be making. So I don't know if it's recording what I'm doing. I ain't got time to worry about it. Hopefully you'll get it. It's a number 2 bridger. This one is 4-coiled. No big deal. Catch them either way. I'm going night latched. Night latch is set. Guys, I try to do this real simple. I try to keep it easy. It is really dry down in there ways. Man, that's dry. I use a Berkshire regular anchor. I pre-drill my hole, which I think is one reason people have problems with them. They try to drive them into the dirt without doing a hole first, and it creates issues. About 9 inches of cable, that's all I'm going to need. There's just no reason for more than that. I didn't even drive it in the full 9 inches. When you go to set these cables, you don't pull straight back up, you pull to the side, like that. You pull sideways, that's where the animal pull, and it's locked in. Simple. I made this hole with a shovel. I didn't do it pretty with a trap and hammer. I did a dang shovel because the ground's kind of froze on top. I dug me out a hole. Pretty simple, pretty close to size, not perfect. I'm going to fill the bottom up with that with some loose dirt. I'm going to pound out a spot on each side for my lever. That'll determine how deep a trap's going to be. I'm going to make this a kind of a scent post or a flat set so it does not have to be as deep. I'll check that for fit. First one of the year, pretty close. That's not bad for the first one of the year. I feel like I'm in a hurry, but dadgummit, it took me an hour to get that first Bobcat set in. Calcium chloride, liberal in the bottom. Take that trap. That trap has got to be bedded firmly. I'm going to go a little deeper than that. Got to be firm. If it moves, if it tips, if it wobbles, you are shooting yourself right in the butt. Got to be in there solid. Okay, now, it's not solid yet because I got packed dirt in around it. I do not do waxed dirt. I don't do peat moss. I do dirt from the location. I found it. I got this dirt over here on the side of the field. I got some from right here at the set. I dug some up. I mixed it all up. It's moist but not wet, or not mud anyway. I like moist. Moist makes that trap bed better. Now I'm going to start working that dirt in around them jaws. Nothing new here. It's the way it's been done forever. It's the way I was taught to do it. We're going to make that thing bed solid. It cannot move. Now I'm not using a sifter yet. I will in a minute. I'm trying to get loose dirt. I don't care if any rocks get underneath that set. They don't bother me at all. Rocks underneath the set help stabilize the set. I know it takes me too long to build a set. I don't care. This is for me. It's not for anybody else. Okay, I put some dirt down. Put another layer of calcium chloride. I'm going to continue to do that until I'm done. I'll put a layer on top too. Keep that trap from freezing in. Okay, I'm still putting dirt around this trap. You have to know where that pan is, or you're not doing yourself any good. So I am keeping that pan clean and clear. Pack in around them jaws. If you're scared to get inside them jaws, you need to find another hobby. You cannot be scared of that. Hope that makes sense to people. That trap cannot tip. That animal, which I'm going to try to keep him from stepping on that loose jaw anyway, but if he does and the trap moves, you're done. It ain't going to happen. Even a raccoon will pick it up and play with it. It's amazing. It's amazing how hot it is out here today. I can't. It's in the 50s, which is fine. Fishing weather though. Okay, again, I'm going to keep that pan located. Okay, one more good layer of dirt. I'm going to sift this one. Again, I'm not going to use wax dirt. I'm not going to use peat moss. This works too well for me. You can always find dry or dry enough dirt on location. Underneath logs, underneath the bridges, barns. I dug this from right here on the edge of this field. And I dug some just right here a few feet away because having more dug dirt here near the set, I think, helps alleviate an animal's suspicions. When there's dirt tore up several places, it doesn't make him focus as much on the dirt where the set is, if that makes sense. And yes, I am pressing inside them jaws. I've got pan tension. I'm not worried about getting caught. I mean, I'm touching the pan right now. I'm not worried about it. I'm making sure the pan is the lowest part of the set. I mean, I'm probably putting 30 or 40 pounds down this thing. It is solid. Okay, another layer of calcium chloride. So what I've got here is a flat set. I've got a dirt clod, some grass, guarding a loose jaw, kind of a walk-through deal. About 9 or so inches back from the pan, I have a pile of droppings that I got somewhere else, which will drive them crazy. I'm going to pick up droppings that are right over there and take with me and put somewhere else, which will drive those animals crazy. It's not blended in perfect. The weather will blend it in some. It's a good set. It's the kind of set I catch fox and coyote in. It's almost invisible. I won't be able to find this set very easily unless there's an animal in it. When it comes time to pull this set, I'll have to know where to look. I may mark a bush behind me because I'm getting older and it's getting harder to do this right. Okay, I put a little flagging, just a little piece of orange on that bush over there, a little bit of flagging tape to help me and the landowner, whoever else, also keep me from driving over it because it's basically in the trail. And before I go down here a few yards, make the next set, I'm going to pick up these droppings, some others that are here, to keep for somewhere else. Hopefully there'll be somewhere else this year. Neighbors owns the land, been putting deer carcasses out here, so that doesn't hurt either. Okay, we're about 25 yards down from that last set, the first coyote set. I'm going to put another one in here. I'm going to put a double dirt hole in right here. We're about the same distance towards an opening. It goes through to another field. I'm going to put a scent post there, I believe. Which again, that last set with the poop and the urine is also a scent post to a degree, but it's a flat set. I'm going to do a scent post. I'm going to bed a trap here real solid, put a couple big dirt holes, and get on down the road. Okay, so I've been literally 5 minutes maybe making this set, fast and easy, for me anyway. Double dirt hole. My pan is right there. I have a hole, I don't know, 10, 11 inches away there. I've got one 9 or 10 inches that way, a big hole, a small hole. Got a dirt clod guarding my loose jaw. Kind of a walk-through deal, calcium chloride in the dirt. I'll put some lure in this hole in the bottom. I'm going to put some of Cletus Richards Apple Road bait in this hole. Okay, that double dirt hole is finished. I put Cletus's Apple Road in the big hole. I put the old standby Caven's Violator 7 in the small hole, and some Bobcat P guarding that loose jaw. 3 scents, 3 different directions. Wind changes, it kind of gives me something from to work around. Whew, okay, so I've got coyote fox set number 3 in this field, and what this one is, there's an opening in that timber, it goes to another little field, and I caught a coyote right about there last year. I'm staying out a little further this year with these 3 sets. There are 70 yards between the 3 of them. Again, this is a scent post with a T-bone, trap bed, loose jar guarded with some sod, blended in a little bit with grass, trying to make it fairly invisible. I put voodoo, Fox Hollow voodoo inside the hole on that T-bone. I put Fox Hollow Bobcat Pea on the bone. And on this side I put some Carmen's Pro Mix Fox Pea. So I got 3 of the scents working for me in a little bitty area there. See how that works out. So went and had a little break for lunch, had a sandwich and got something to drink. It's getting close to 2 o'clock. I'm running out of time if I don't hurry up. I'm on my next spot here. I'm going to put a couple more dedicated towards fox sets right here. I got this 2-track, comes from this field, cuts through the timber here to another field down there where I just got done setting all those traps. I'm going to put one on both sides of this little 2-track. The wind's out of the south now, which is that way. Eventually it'll go back around to the north, but I'm going to try to cover both sides. I'm not trapping heavy, so I don't have this thing loaded up heavy. I've actually got another tier I put in when I got to pack more stuff, but I keep my dirty stuff on this side, or my indifferent stuff, like my Bobcat traps. It don't matter if I don't care if I get scent on them. Keep my clean stuff on this side, which is my predator traps, my coyote and fox traps, dirt buckets, extra dirt bucket, setting stuff. All that stays as far away from the smelly stuff over there as possible. And in between, I got my bags of feathers, my T-bones, my sheep's wool, things like that. I try to keep it fairly well organized. When I come back tomorrow and start running traps, it'll be a little bit different because I'll have to have a place to put animals. And if I keep doing this like I'd like to next couple weeks, I'll probably put my other tier on here. I've got a stand that will hold all my stuff pretty much away from the critters. Because sometimes I catch critters. It's kind of cool. Okay, so 2 sets mainly for red fox. Of course, they can catch coyotes. Very good spot for bobcats, but mostly I'm trying to catch a red. This one has a T-bone, set a little bit higher than I did for coyotes. A little bit more of a side appeal. Red fox can dig that a little bit. This one has strictly Red Fox 100 Hawbakers on the backing and guarding the dog, and a little bit of bobcat pea. This double dirt hole right across and up the way, 18-20 feet. Double dirt hole, smaller hole, bigger hole, one closer, one further away. I'm going to do a canine force in one hole. The other hole I'm going to use some of Cletus's bobcat gland he makes himself. It's a tremendous lure. I'm going to put some red fox pea on the stick, this garden, the loose jaw on this one. Simple, simple, simple. Okay, so I just got done making another bobcat set, and I don't believe in some of these sets. I don't believe in sets that are there just because they're fun to make. This was the most entailed set I've ever made for a cat. I've been thinking about it for several years. It's kind of a cubby. Most of the bobcat sets I make are kind of like cubbies. They're a walk through, make them go to something. They can't see it till they get in front of this thing. They walk in the trap. Complicated, but very simple. This one here, on the other hand, is pretty complicated, just because it took me about an hour to build it. I'm going to frame it in just a little bit more, but what it is, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening inside this run. This run's about 4 foot long. There's all kinds of stuff happening in the middle of it. Got that feather and some red marabou hanging there. The thing is, a cat from down here cannot see it. The feather gets him over here. He works around the end, just like my regular sets. And, oh, look at that, up there. The difference here is, I put a trap on each end. Got two, I got the number 3 bridger right there. I got number 2 on the other end. Pretty much exposed traps. I mean, I got them bedded in some dirt. The pan's the cleanest thing there is, so obviously the best place for him to put his foot. That one is on an earth anchor. This one's on a drag. It's got a shingle on the pan, actually. Everything around the pan is clumpy, nasty, except for the pan itself. Clean place to put his foot. He's got to go across that trap to get to all that funny stuff inside. I don't generally use a drag this open a spot. Not worried about it. He'll head to the brush. Truthfully, this will be, I'm pretty certain, the most open spot I've ever set a bobcat set. I caught a cat over here last year. I got one right here this year. A ditch, a bigger ditch. It all kind of comes together right here. I feel like out here kind of open, get a look at it from a distance maybe. I'm just going to try this. Pretty entailed. I don't believe in novelty sets. There's so many sets out there that are all groovy and cool and fun to do. This thing took me over an hour. I'm still going to frame it in just a little bit. Make sure it's strong enough. A whole lot of stuff happening there trying to get a cat's attention. I caught 2 here last year. Who knows if I can catch one here this year, but it's a good spot. Okay, so I've boxed that set in a few more cedar bows. I'm good. Again, the premise is they'll see that feather, they'll see this big old lump of dark out here from a fair ways away. Ridge up there, bigger creek here, ditch comes in over here. I've caught cats here last year. It's a good place. They'll see that feather. They'll see all this stuff going on. They'll smell all that cedar. They'll come in here and they'll walk around the end. They'll see all that stuff happening in the middle. And the only way they can see it, they can't see it from the outside, or at least not good enough. They're going to have to come in here. They got to come in from one end to the other. I have, besides a bunch of feathers, I've got some tanned fur in there, some coyote fur. I've got all kinds of stuff going on. We want to confuse them. We want to make them look. I have Sierra Mist, which is a great rub style lure. I've got some of John Graham's Super Bonanza, which I've never hardly used, but I hear good things. I've got Hawbaker's Wally Red 500, one of my favorites. I have the Pro Mix Carmen Fox P, and I've got some Fox Hollow Bobcat P, all in that one set. All kinds of things to make him go and commit to those. And the traps aren't very far in. He's just got to commit to that opening. So, I'm tired now. So, since I really don't know if this is going to be a trap setting video or an animal catching video, a combination, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish up right now. 2 bald eagles. Cool. We got a lot of bald eagles around here. We've got 8 sets out. 2 dedicated fox sets, which can still catch cats or coyotes where they're at, but they're more for red fox. I'd take a gray. I don't think we have very many around here. I know we don't. 3 dedicated coyote sets, which I'd be very surprised if they'd catch a bobcat. I rarely catch a cat in a coyote set, but it happens. They could catch red fox too, but generally when I get out in the open like that around here, red fox shy away because they get ate by coyotes and bobcats. The 3 traps for the cats, 2 at the one spot, 1 at the other. It's 160 acres. That's about as many traps you really ought to have to set on. It's a diversified 160 acres with several ditches and creeks. You try to figure out where to cover the bases at the best to get the most for your money. So anyway, I'm going to pretend that that's all I'm going to do on this video. I need to get some videos posted. It won't be very exciting maybe. Hopefully I can make something out of it. Y'all like it, let me know. Subscribe. I'm going to go to the house. Got family in town. We'll go out and eat tonight. Windy, warm. There's bugs flying around. It's amazing. But it's wintertime in Missouri. You get everything in Missouri wintertime. So thank y'all. God bless. I'm Dale Verts. We'll talk at you later.